Hi guys, long time no see. I have been trying to get a video out to you guys for quite some time now, but the weather has not been cooperating. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but it has been raining hardcore for like the past 2 weeks. So every time I have time to film a video, it is just dark and dreary and gray outside. So that has been hindering my ability to film videos. My life has still not slowed down. I'm still crazy busy at work, and I'm just getting home from, when I get home from work, I'm just exhausted, and the last thing I feel like doing is filming a video. So today we are doing a very belated monthly manis. I am severely behind in filming these, so I think I got quite a bit to talk about here. I don't know how many we're going to get through, but we're going to get through as many as we can. I'm going to keep an eye on the timer here. Once we get around the 30-minute mark, I'm probably going to stop. So that's what we're doing today. Thanks again, everybody who entered the giveaway that occurred in the last video I threw up. It was so much fun. We had so many participants. The prizes have gone out to everybody, and I'm so happy. Everyone seemed really excited about their prizes, and I hope to do some more giveaways here soon. I do have some ideas for Canadian and international subscribers of mine, so keep an eye out. I do have some ideas to try and get you guys, try and give you guys some prizes as well. So again, keep on the lookout for that. So let's go ahead and jump into some monthly manis. So unfortunately, we are so far behind that I think we're around March with these. So forgive me if I don't remember. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go in great detail, but also we're so far behind that I don't think I can talk about these terribly in depth. But first one we're gonna talk about is China Glaze. This is called Mediterranean Charm. And I picked this up like a long time ago. It was just one of those, I saw it at Ulta, I think, one day, and I just thought it was an interesting color and grabbed it. Never really heard too much about it. I just happened to see it there and thought it was an interesting red. It's is it really a video of mine if I'm not dropping a nail polish on the floor? But this one it's just kind of your typical kind of nice springy summer red. It's very nice. It's got a little bit of pink in it. I do bust this out every kind of around this time of year, and for China Glaze it's a pretty decent formula, and I really enjoy this shade. Like I said, I usually wear it. I don't have very many China Glazes in my collection anymore, and this one usually gets busted out at least once a year. So that again is Mediterranean Charm from China Glaze. I feel like the video here is making it a little bit more red. It's got a little bit of pink to it, but on the nail it comes off more of just like a bright summery red. So that again, Mediterranean Charm. Next up is what I wore on either St. Patrick's Day or the day before St. Patrick's Day. This one is from Colorist Carol. This is a thermal. It was called Lucky Me, and this was an interesting thermal because unlike other thermals where generally the darker color is the colder state and then the lighter color is usually the warmer state, this one actually was reverse. So the kind of milky, kind of pale green color that you see here in the bottle, this is, hang on, my focus is being weird. Why are you focusing way over there? That is not, there it is. Okay. So yeah, this kind of pale, kind of milky green color is what it looks like in the cold state, and then it's acrylic, so it's got a bunch of green and gold metallic glitters in here of varying sizes. So this is what it is in its cold state, and in its warm state is actually when it warms up into more of a shamrock kind of St. Patrick's Day green. So I almost didn't pick this up just because green is not usually my, I don't really gravitate towards greens, but I thought this was a very interesting thermal and I thought I couldn't pass it up. So I went ahead and grabbed it. I was slightly disappointed in this polish. I had a really hard time getting this to transition the day that I wore it. Now the photos I'm showing you here are the photos that I took of it when I swatched it. So I did manipulate these colors, so that's why they're showing up so nicely in the video here. But the day that I actually wore this, I had a really hard time getting it to transition over to the cold state, which I thought was very weird because I myself, I tend to usually be cold throughout the day just because I'm in an office setting and most of the time it's pretty freezing in there. So the fact that my nails didn't get cold very much all day, or if they did, they just weren't cold enough to flip this over to the green color. So most of the day it was just this kind of like, you know, milky crelly green, which I guess is okay, but I really bought this for the thermal properties, and so I was a little disappointed that I couldn't get it to change over. If anyone else has worn this, let me know what your thoughts were, if you had trouble getting this to transition, because I'm still on the fence whether or not I want to keep it. I have so many thermals, and you know, the shelf life on them is pretty, you know, is not long, even though I do have a few thermals that have, you know, I have quite a few thermals. I have yet to have a thermal die on me, so most of the time I think the shelf life is pretty good. But that, you know, that being said, if this isn't going to transition the way I want it to, I don't really know if I necessarily need to keep it in my collection. So I'm kind of on the fence with this guy. So that again is Lucky Me from Colores de Carol. Next up is a new Zoya from, although I shouldn't say new because this is like 2 collections ago. This is a newer Zoya. I did pick up quite a few from the spring collection, which was the Innocence collection, and I do plan on filming a video, but again, it's going to be probably fairly late since we're getting into summer and the summer collection has already come out, so keep on the lookout for that. But yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna get around to filming that. But I did pick up quite a few from the Innocence collection. I did enjoy a lot of these polishes. So this one is called Aire, and Aire is coming up a little bluer in the camera than I would like it to. But Aire is a very nice kind of dusty, kind of blurply bluish purple. It's very, very pretty. Definitely not what it is showing up here in this video. But yeah, it's very nice. If you have Zoya's Danielle, it is very similar to that. It is just maybe, it's more dustier than Danielle, but it's roughly around the same color. It's just more of a dustier quality. Gorgeous polish, beautiful formula. I enjoyed this very much. If you have Danielle, I don't know if you necessarily need both of these in your collection. It would be more what type of colors you like to wear. Like I said, Danielle is going to be a little bit more vibrant, whereas this has a little bit of a dustier quality to it. For me, I feel like they're different enough that I can justify having both. I feel like I would wear both in different situations, but if you tend to not like dustier polishes, or if you tend to like more vibrant polishes, you could maybe just have one of these in your collection because the color is pretty close, but I thought this was really pretty. This is Aire again from Zoya. Excuse me. And next up is a tonic polish. This came out for, I think this was one of the Road to PolishCon exclusives. If you're not familiar, PolishCon is the annual kind of really big polish convention that happens. There's a couple throughout the year, but PolishCon to me always feels like the more like the, you know, quintessential polish convention, I guess, from you know, from what I've gathered. I've never gone to one, but PolishCon usually seems to be the big one. And so the last couple years they've done basically this Road to PolishCon. So once, you know, every week up to PolishCon they release like an exclusive polish. And so I picked up one last year, and I did pick up this one this year. And so this one again is from Tonic. The polish convention was held in New Orleans this year. I think it was probably like a month or so ago. I could be wrong, but it was held in New Orleans this year, so this one I'm not even going to attempt to say because it is super French, and I do not speak a lick of French, so I'm going to just hold that up there, and I will also annotate it if anyone can't see that. So yes, it is a very French saying that I don't even know what it means in English, but this is a very beautiful kind of like winey purple. So purple with quite a bit of red in it. And it's got this gorgeous linear hollow. And I was able to get the linear hollow to show up a little bit in the swatch photo here. I didn't wear, when I wore this, unfortunately, the weather was not sunny out, so I didn't get to appreciate this in all its glory because I didn't really get, is there anything else in here? There's some bigger pieces of like glitter. There's some bigger, is that glitter? There's some bigger shimmer pieces in here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but most of it's just the linear hollow, but I am picking up some larger pieces there. But yeah, I didn't get to appreciate this as much as I would have liked, just because it wasn't sunny out that day, so I didn't get a chance to really get that linear hollow punch, but this was a really pretty polish. I'm really glad I picked this one up. So that again is that French saying that we're not gonna pronounce. Next up is a Cadillacquer. Cadillacquer released a collection several months ago. Only picked up one. I had to talk myself out of picking up several of them. What was the collection? I don't remember what the collection name was. It was whatever the last one was. Yeah, I don't remember what the name of it was now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway, it was like a 5 or 6 piece collection. And I was able to talk myself out of a couple other ones. I only ended up picking up this one, and this one is called, I want to say it's Marius. And this is a just like cement colored gray with a bunch of like grape metallic glitters. This is so, so, so pretty. I don't know if that's focusing. I don't know why this is having such trouble focusing today. I hope that's focusing. It looks like it's focusing. Yeah. But yeah, this was so gorgeous. I usually don't care for like cement gray colors. They're just not usually something I gravitate towards, but whew, those metallic purple glitters in there were so, so, so pretty. I love this one. I loved this one a lot. So that again is Cadillacquer Marius. Next up is a Zoya that I had been meaning to pick up for a while, and I finally just threw it in my cart last time I made a Zoya purchase. I think I may have picked this up with the Innocence polishes I picked up. But anyway, this one is called Minnie. Minnie, I believe, came out either last summer or spring, if I remember correctly. And I held off on getting Minnie because I have Wendy, and Wendy I assumed was fairly close to Minnie, and I wasn't going to get Minnie because of the colors being so similar. But last time I wore Wendy, I didn't really care for the formula. I thought it was a little too runny and I was having difficulty with it. And so I decided to go ahead and pick up Minnie because I heard the formula was slightly better. So that is why we have Minnie. If I have the picture still, I will throw it up here for you to see the difference between the two. They are close, but they're not as close as I thought they were going to be. Minnie is a lot more of a corally pink, whereas Wendy is a little bit more of like, I would still say Wendy is a coral pink, but it has a lot more, when you put them up against each other, Wendy's got a lot more orange in it than, did you see that? Wendy has a lot more orange in it than Minnie here, but Minnie's formula was a little bit better, so I am glad I ended up picking this up. So yeah, that is Minnie, and I feel like there was something else I was going to say about this, but I don't remember now. Yeah, but anyway, this was a nice polish. I'm really glad I ended up picking it up. So Minnie from Zoya. Next up is a Cirque polish. This came out in the, oh God, why can't I remember collection? I can't remember collections today. Not the most recent Cirque collection, but like the one before that. It was like a Dreamscape? I want to say Dreamscape. I think that's right. So the Dreamscape collection that Cirque came out with was so, so, so pretty. I had to stop myself from buying a bunch. I think I only picked up 2. And then this guy was gifted to me by Kendra because she accidentally picked up 2 of this polish, and she went ahead and sent the extra bottle to me. So thank you, Kendra. And I'm kind of glad she did, because initially, well, let's say initially she said she was going to send this to me. And when I looked at the swatch photos of this, I wasn't super crazy about it. And I don't really know why. I just wasn't like, the swatch photos to me on the website were just a little underwhelming. So when she told me she was sending this to me, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I wasn't like overly excited about it. And then when I got it, these polishes, oh, when you get them in person, they are just so amazingly pretty. Like, I can't even tell you. So I'm so glad she sent this to me, because this polish ended up being so pretty. So much so that I had to fight myself from buying like the rest of the polishes in that collection. I still kind of want the other, I think there's 3 other ones in the collection that I haven't purchased. 2 of them I still want. One of them I don't love because I just don't think the color is going to look good on my skin tone, but that we're going off track. But anyway, I still kind of want to buy this entire collection because it's gorgeous. So this one is called Lucid Dream, and Lucid Dream is a really nice kind of like turquoise. Damn it, I can never remember if turquoise, is it teal or turquoise? Turquoise is more green, so I'm gonna call this, is turquoise more green? Is teal more green? I'm gonna go with teal on this. I think turquoise is more like bluish green. So yeah, we're gonna go with a teal on this. I think that's right. I swear every time I do one of these videos, I tell myself I'm gonna look up the color differences, and I never do. I'm gonna say this is teal. So this is a nice teal. Not as much green in it as some other teals, but I think I still want to call it teal. And as you can see here, it's got this beautiful blue. I'm hoping that's focusing. I don't know why this focus is having such a hard time today. But it's got this beautiful blue flash in it, and I'm hoping you can see it a little bit there. It's actually more of like a, it's actually more of a purple. I shouldn't say blue, it's purple, I'm sorry. Let's start over again. So yeah, I'm hoping you can kind of see that there. So it's a beautiful purple flash with, yeah, you can kind of see it there. And it's got a scattered hollow in it. So pretty. These polishes turned out so well. The flashes on them are so apparent, and they just have a really, they're just really interesting color combinations. And so I just loved this so much. So thank you, Kendra, again for sending it to me, because I definitely would not have picked it up on my own, and I would have been kicking myself. So like I said, I still want to go pick up the other two that I've seen on there now that I've, because the other two I was kind of also like, I don't know if I'm gonna like them, but now after getting this and realizing I liked it as much as I did, I still want to go get those other two, but we're trying to fight myself on that. So Lucid Dream again from Cirque Colors. Next up is another Cirque Colors. This one is called Highline. I picked up Highline quite a while ago in like a buy one get mystery polish sale, and so I just really wanted to get the mystery polish, to be honest, and so I finally bit the bullet on this guy, because I had been looking at this guy on the website for quite a long time, and it looked really, really pretty on the website, but I could never seem to figure out what color this was. It just sits in this weird, like, it's a lavender purple, but it's got so much blue in it that you couldn't really tell. Like in some swatches it looked blue, and in some swatches it looked purple, and so I didn't want to buy it, because I was like, if it's too purple, I have a bunch of these, like, you know, pastel purples, so it's like, do I really need another one? But then in other swatches it would come up a little bit more blue, and so I finally was just like, just buy the stupid thing. So I ended up buying it, and you would have seen this. I wore this in like one or two, I think I just wore it in one, maybe two. But I did wear this in a couple Manny videos ago, if you're interested in seeing it kind of in action. But it is a lavender purple, but it does have quite a bit of blue in it, so I think it's one of those shapeshifters of where it just rides the line. So there's some lights I see this in where I'm like, oh, this is very, very purple, and then in other lights I'm like, oh, it's more blue. But if you throw it up against a pastel purple, it's gonna look a lot more blue. So very glad I ended up picking this up, because it's just a very interesting, like I said, it kind of just sits in the middle there, so it kind of tricks your eyes into thinking it's just a, you know, kind of bluish purple color. So it's really, really pretty. The formula on it's really nice. So that again is Highline from Cirque Colors. Next up is a Crelly. I always want to buy, I've got a bunch of Crellys in my collection, and I sometimes have to force myself to wear them. I don't know why. They just kind of sit there. It's just not like, I don't know, they're not like the first thing that I go to grab. So I realized I had a bunch of Crellys I haven't worn in a while, and it's springtime, so a lot of these were very like springy colors. So I definitely wanted to get one on my nails. This one I picked up last year, and this is from KB Shimmer. It's called Full Bloom Ahead. And before I put it up there, I'm gonna look at it real quick. It's a white Crelly with purple, orange, like pink, yellow, looks like a gold rather than a yellow. So just a bunch of like really pretty really pretty colors. So that's where that's a big glob of glitter there, so hopefully you can see them all. So very pretty. I thought this was a really nice Crelly mix. For me, like, just so many different colors, it felt a little kind of kiddish to me. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty, but wearing it to work I did feel a little silly. I just felt like it looked a little bit too, like, I don't know the right words to put it. It just felt a little bit too childish to me. Just not the right, I don't know if I'd wear it to work again. It would be really fun for like just, you know, any other setting than a work setting for me. But yeah, so I'll keep this around. I may not wear it to work, which, you know, I wear most of the time I'm heading to work, so it seems kind of silly to not wear this to work. But yeah, for some reason I just wasn't feeling this as like a work shade. So that again is Full Bloom Ahead from KB Shimmer. Next up is a fun lacquer that I've had in my collection probably for a year or so and hadn't worn yet. This one's called Siberian Squill, and this is a really weird color. On the in the swatch photo I saw, it looked really, really interesting. It's like an icy purple, yeah, it's like an icy purple color with just a bunch of scattered hollow. And I don't know why, but like the swatch photo made this look a lot cooler than it actually did on the nail. I don't know why, I just was super underwhelmed with this. It just didn't have as much, in the swatch photo, the icy purple was just so like in your face and just so glowy. And then in the bottle and on the nail, it just kind of, it was a little underwhelming to me, just not super crazy about it. So I think I'll probably end up destashing this. There was nothing wrong with it. The formula was good. It just, I think I just had too high expectations for it. So when I actually got it, just seemed a little boring on the nail. So that again is Siberian Squill from Fun Lacquer. Next up, we got some more Cirque colors. This one I ended up picking up. This is from Metropolis. So Metropolis is like their permanent collection. This came out a couple releases ago, and this one is called Rockaway. And Rockaway is a very muted, what color are you? It's like a muted kind of like sagey green, but it's a dark green. I don't think that makes any sense. What color is this? It's like a, I can't think of what night. I think they call it like a teal on the website though, but this doesn't have as much blue in it to me. So yeah, it's kind of like this like tealy green. Teal doesn't sound right to me. I can't think of what color I want to call this, but it's coming up a little too green here in the video for me. This is looking a little bit, that doesn't look like the right color to me, but yeah, it's just kind of this like dark sage green is the closest I want to say, but it's maybe got a little bit of blue in it, so I don't think that's the, sage is the closest thing that's coming to my mind right now, but it does have a little bit of blue in it. Oh, it was very pretty. This is one of those like kind of like neutral nails with a kick to it that I really like. It's just a very unexpected color that you wouldn't necessarily think of as a neutral, but it's just very chic on the nail. I really, really enjoyed this one a whole lot. So that again is Rockaway from Cirque Colors. And then another Cirque color, I picked this up last year and decided to bust it out again. This is one of their speckled polishes. This is called Pebble, and Pebble's just like the kind of more like beigey color out of the group. There were 3, although I think they released a couple more in this most recent collection, but this one's just more of like a skin tone color for me with a bunch of like black speckles. These are really, really pretty. I really like this finish that they do. It's just very, very small specks to where it just gives off this very nice kind of speckled egg look, but it's not too chunky. It's not too like bulky of a speckle. It's just so light that it just, you see it on the nail, but it's not too much. I don't know. I really like these, and so pick some of these up if you haven't already. I would definitely recommend them. They have them in the trio that they released last year, had some skin tony colors, and I think in this most recent collection that they just released within the last month or so, they released like 1 or 2 other ones in some different colors. I think one might have been, I don't remember now. I think one might have been a blue, but anyway, if you're into speckled polishes, I would highly recommend these. I think these are really pretty. So this one again is Pebble. And then, let's see here, I think I'm gonna get through this last week polish and then we'll hold off for there because we're getting kind of close. So this is another Zoya. This one is called Neely, and Neely I picked up, I think last year, just because I was in the hunt, I was on the hunt for a new mint green because mine that I had prior to this died. It just got goopy and gross. So I went ahead and picked up Neely, and I actually ended up liking Neely a lot more than I thought I did. Mint green is one of those hard colors for me to wear. Like I feel like I should have a mint green in my collection, but every time I wear a mint green, I'm just a little disappointed in the color. I just don't love it on my skin tone. So Neely actually has a little bit of a dusty quality to it, which is why I think I liked it so much. So it's still pastel. It still has that kind of like, you know, kind of bright pastel feel, but it has a little bit of a dustiness to it. So it makes it a little bit more subdued, a little bit more work appropriate, and I actually really like this. The formula, not as good as some other Zoyas, but it's definitely decent when it comes to like pastel colors, so super happy I picked this one up. So that again is Neely from Zoya. I used to have Tiana from Zoya, but I still have her, but she's in my like, I have this like, I finally had so many Zoyas I got to the point where I now have I have my, you know, rack of polish, but then I also have this pile of Zoyas that I don't wear, and I don't have the heart to destash them yet, so they're just kind of sitting in this box until I want to destash them. Because I want to keep them for color comparisons, but I don't like them, and I don't have the heart to throw my Zoyas away. Or not throw them away, but, you know, destash them. I used to have Tiana, and I don't like Tiana at all. The formula on it is terrible in my opinion. And I just don't love the like pistachio green. It's just a little too green for me. So if you have Tiana and you don't like it, or you want something a little bit, you know, more subdued, I would definitely go with Neely. So. All right, and then this one is another new one from the Innocence collection in the springtime. This one is called Yvette, and Yvette is just a warm purple, nothing crazy. Zoya does have quite a few of these in their collection, so much so that I do have a couple others in my collection that are really, really close, so I wasn't gonna pick this up, but of course the swatch photos pulled me in and I decided to buy it. Just because it looked like it was a very vibrant, kind of bright, you know, you don't necessarily, these colors are pretty, but they're not necessarily like a bright color to me. But for some reason, the swatch photos that I was seeing just was making this look like super vibrant and super bright on the nail. And so I got sucked in and I ended up buying it. Like I said, I do have a few others in my collection that are pretty close to this, so I don't think I necessarily needed to buy this. And after I got this, while it is pretty, it's definitely not the color I was thinking. It's actually a lot darker of a color than I anticipated it being. So much so that I don't think this is a spring color to me. This is more of a fall color to me. So I'm a little torn. Eventually I need to go through these kind of like warm purples I have and decide which one I like more, because I probably didn't need to buy this. So I think the swatch photos sold this a little high. So it is pretty, so if you don't have colors like this in your collection, it is pretty, but for somebody that might have a bunch of these, I don't think this is super unique to the collection, and I don't think it's really spring to me. So anyway, that is Evette from Zoya. And then the last one we're going to talk about is a China Glaze. This one is called Pink or Swim. This came out quite a few summers, or not summers or spring, I don't remember. I don't know China Glaze collections very well, but this did come out like 2 or 3 years ago, and it has survived my like purge of China Glaze polishes that I had to go through and just get rid of a bunch of them like a couple months ago, just because I was tired of looking at them in my collection because I never wear them. This one did survive, but so this one is kind of a dusty baby pink, so it sticks around in my collection because baby pinks to me are very difficult for me to wear. I just don't love the like milky quality to them. It might be because I'm very pale, and so sometimes those colors that, you know, those colors that people are like, oh, when you wear it you look really tan. Some of those colors to me, I don't look tan, it just makes me look more white. So baby pinks do that to me. I don't love the look of them on my skin. So this one is kind of a baby pink, but it's a little bit more, it's a little bit dustier, and it's got more of like a neutral quality to it. So to me, this is kind of like the baby pink that I would go for. So I do like this one a lot, and that's kind of why I keep it around, just because it's a little bit of variation on a baby pink. So that again is Pink or Swim from China Glaze. And I think we're gonna wrap up for today because it is getting a little close. So I think we've got another like 2 weeks here of polish. So hopefully if the weather stays nice, I will be able to film the rest of this and not be super far behind. And it's kind of good that I haven't been wearing a bunch of nail polish recently, because I would be way further behind. But yeah, I'm still kind of just been struggling to get nail polish on my nails. I really need to just start bringing 2 memory cards in here, because my memory card always dies at like the 30-minute mark. But yeah, I'm glad I haven't been wearing a whole bunch of nail polish, or else I'd be very far behind. But yeah, that's I wish my life was slowing down a little bit more, but it's just been really crazy busy here. I also have been having so many issues recently with this little devil cat here. He has been keeping me up. I'm glad he's sleeping now, because he's gonna get up at like 3:30 in the morning and wake me up and run around like a crazy person. This is the top to his cat carrier. He likes to sleep in it like it's a little dome. I can't believe it's been a year already since we've had Linus. It's crazy, but yeah, the two boys have just been, I'm having a really hard time getting them on on the right sleep schedule. So they go to bed with us, but they wake up at, it's gotten a lot better. At one point, like, they weren't going to sleep barely at all. Like, they were up like every hour, and so I was getting up and I wasn't getting any sleep. And now I feel like one of those people with a newborn child, which seems silly, but yeah, at this point they're sleeping with us. Like, I'm playing with them before bed and I'm tiring them out a little bit, so they are sleeping a little bit through the night, but they're waking up at like 3:30 in the morning, and I have to get up for work at like 5:30, so I'm just getting to the point where I'm really exhausted, and I'm hoping that he's gonna calm down soon, because he's still in kitten mode, so I'm trying to see light at the end of the tunnel, but yeah, he's been kind of a nightmare for the last couple months. Yeah, I'm so exhausted pretty much every day. I'm going to work exhausted, I'm coming home and I'm coming home exhausted, and then I don't want to film a video, and then I barely want to paint my nails because I'm so tired. So yeah, that's where my life has been. So yeah, what have you guys been doing? Any new polish pickups for you guys? I am still, I know I talked about it a little bit in my last video, but I have still reined in quite a bit of my purchases. Next monthly manis, you should see I bought a bunch of color clubs recently. I also bought a few, what else did I buy? Bought a few A. Englands like in the last month or so. That's in my untried pile. I've also got some Cirque colors, I think. Did I pick up some Cirques? No, I don't remember. I don't have a whole lot in my untried pile, but I've got a couple, and I picked up KB Shimmer just released some thermals, and I just picked up picked up a couple of those that came in today. But I've definitely reined quite a bit of my shopping in. So but yeah, let me know what you guys have been purchasing. What have you guys been up to? It's you guys getting ready for any like summer vacation plans? I know we are going to London in July, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait to go on vacation. I'm just so ready to go on vacation. So we're going to be going to London for a week, and I'm super excited. So I will be filming a video because I want to get some ideas from you UK polish people. If you know of any good polishes that I should pick up while I'm in London, or if you have any good sites that I should go do when I'm in London. I have a huge itinerary that there's no way we're going to be able to hit everything, but I definitely want to do a bunch of stuff while we're there, so I'm going to try and film that kind of video, but I thought I'd just talk about, I've been meaning to talk about it, and I have yet to be able to get a video up, but definitely excited for my vacation. What are you guys planning on doing? Let me know. I would love to hear about it, and yeah, I'm going to wrap this up because this video is taking forever, but yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I'm hoping my life will slow down here shortly. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.